The soundboard is back. I told y'all I would bring it back. I brought it back. Always remember,
Eat more bacon. Feeling tired. Eat more bacon. Feeling stressed. Eat more bacon. Yeah. So you know. So you know.
we got the soundboard popping again for those that was asking for it. It's back. It's back. Um, is the numbers. There's some preliminary numbers coming out for Javante Davis's fight. I don't think anybody's surprised. It's hardly a revelation that Davis versus Martin, a fight that nobody was asking for, but they decided to put it behind a paywall. It didn't sell anything. They go against the model that pay-per-view is actually for. Pay-per-view is for the biggest of the big fights. It's not for you to, supplement the effort to get a fighter a little bit more money. No, it's really for the biggest of the big fights where there's a market and a grassroots demand for a show, for a fight. That's really what it's for. It was never intended for everybody. Whereas in today's boxing landscape, everybody thinks that they're going to end up on pay-per-view, or everybody thinks that they're supposed to be on pay-per-view. And no, you're not. The majority of fighters are actually not supposed to be on pay-per-view. And when was there a situation where Gervonta Davis, without Ryan Garcia, did fantastic numbers? When was that? His numbers have always hovered at or around 200,000 buys without Ryan. So when the preliminary numbers indicate that he did somewhere in the neighborhood of 150 to 200,000, yeah, that's what I expect, dog. The difference is that you had Elijah Garcia, you had Carlos Adames, you had David Benavidez on the show. That this looks to have been a more expensive undercard than your run of the mill Gervonta Davis undercard. That this looks like it was expensive because David Benavidez would normally be headlining his own show. He would normally be headlining his own show. That if he were a draw of any kind, well, you're not going to stick him on an undercard, if he were a draw, you know? So, I mean, there's not really a lot to add to that except the same thing that I've been saying. Uh, Amazon didn't give them a budget. So you got a bunch of guys that are basically working off the net. That's what that looks like. You guys are working off the net that you're hoping that the pay-per-view does well so that if it does, that'll pay for the show, pay for the fighters, all the stuff. No surprises, you know? You know. Shout out to Santiago, the face of boxing with flopping pay-per-views. Exactly, bro. Shout out to shout out that's what I've been saying that. This idea that Javante is the face of boxing just because y'all keep saying that, it's like a little kid. Like you just repeating it, hoping one day it'll be true. No, it's not true today. It wasn't true yesterday, and it ain't true today. He's not the face of boxing. To be the face of boxing, you have to be the guy that brings the most eyes to the sport and the most wallets. That is clearly not you. Just because people be talking about you on Twitter for free, that's one thing. They ain't buying your fight. All them faceless bots and accounts on Twitter that love to argue with people, and they're generally very toxic. That's how they talk boxing, to be toxic and ad hominem attacks and just childishness. Y'all don't buy nothing. You don't have the buying power to make him the face of boxing. You wish you did. You don't have the buying power for that. The face of boxing, whether you like it or not, is Canelo. That's why he's at the top of the Forbes list, and that's why he sells more in America with Americans than Javante Davis, because they ain't paying for his fights in pesos, ruples, yen. They paying for it with American dollars, US dollars. It's an identity politics thing, man. I've been saying that. They don't want a dude from south of the border being the face of boxing. That's what it is. It's something like that. That's why they don't want to give him his flowers. That's why they don't really respect him like that. It's more of what you get from the toxic American boxing scene, you know. But the reality is, yeah, until further notice, Until somebody come around here selling more than him with a John Ryder, a Ramungia, a Rabivo, he's a face of boxing, bro. Deal with it. You know, there's some identity politics stuff, man. That's what it is. But there are no surprises there because who was expecting Davis versus Martin to do like 500,000? Who was expecting that? What is the science behind that? What is the formula? Why would it have done more than that or that? Because David is on the undercard? And what David be doing on pay-per-view? What he be doing? It's pure silliness, man. So tonight we're gonna be talking about that. We're gonna be talking about Bam versus Gallo, excellent fight. I guess we could find time to talk about Lopez versus Claggett, but I don't have a lot of thoughts on that fight, man. What am I supposed to say? There's nothing against Steve Claggett. I'm not trying to like violate or nothing, but yo, the dude is a club fighter. Like that ain't cap. Like he's legitimately a club fighter. What do you think is gonna happen on Saturday? The better card to me, by and large, is the Matchroom show. You're getting Ramla Ali versus Yemi Mercado. You're getting Sonny Edwards versus Curiel. You're getting Bam versus Gallo. To me, it's just a better card up and down all around than the top rank show. It's just a better card. Now, one criticism, because Americans are generally very toxic. One criticism that they have for Bam is that, yeah, he's beating these guys, but these guys are old. You know, the version of Rumbisai that he fought, or the version of Cuadras that he fought, the version of Gallo that he's about to fight. And my only question is, what would the attitude be if he didn't fight these people? What would the attitude be if instead of fighting them, he stayed away from them? You know, that's why I say that it's toxicity. That it's almost like looking for something, looking for a way to disparage him. That Gallo is a champion. Bam would have took this fight just as easily last year as he's taken it this year. I think he always wanted that fight. He's getting that fight. Gallo is the WBC champion. If you want that belt, who else do you go through to get it, you know? And I understand that Gallo is not everything now that he was in previous years. But for what it's worth, didn't Bam just beat unbeaten Sonny Edwards, IBF champion? He beat him too. So it's not like he's fighting older, weathered fighters exclusively. No, he's not. You know, after that, I want him to fight Ioka. I want him to fight Tanaka. It's only right. Complete the set. Go for undisputed. There's no reason not to. You know, it stands to reason. I only wonder how long Bam will fight in the American boxing scene because obviously Kazuto Ioka, who I think is going to beat Martinez, I do think he's going to beat Martinez, and Kosei Tanaka, they're based out of Japan. And we know that categorically, Japan has a bigger boxing scene for a super flyweight or a bantamweight than America does. America doesn't really watch the bantamweights and the lower weights like that. So would Bam be better off going back to Taken, having a couple of fights over there in Japan? Maybe you spend a year over there, you know? Would he be better off doing that? Because they do have that's where the boxing scene for those divisions is. Japan. You know, they show up for them fights, man. They like them fights. Shout out to Bobby. Thoughts on James Gunn new Superman? Oh my god, that suit is terrible, bro. Listen, I'm a huge Superman fan, bro. Like huge. I'm a huge Superman fan. And that suit and that actor and that cast, it all just looks terrible, bro. The whole thing in its entirety, it looks terrible. Like, how do you go from Henry Cavill in the Snyderverse to this, bro? Like, this is not an upgrade. What they're trying to say is that it's not as dark, so it's truer to the source material. But if you know anything about the source material, you'll know that several different people wrote for Superman, drew Superman. Yeah, sometimes it was happier and more go lucky. Sometimes the colors were more vibrant, but sometimes it wasn't. And for me, as a huge Superman fan, Henry Cavill was the truest incarnation of the source material that I have ever seen. Everything about those movies jumps out from the comics, you know? So I'm not optimistic about this new Superman. I might skip it to be completely honest with you, and that's saying a lot because I'm a huge Superman fan. But I might skip this thing. You know, I'm not going to let you mess up one of the principal characters that I grew up with and you get my money for it? No, sir. No, sir. It's ridiculous. The suit looks awful. You know, it's like it's made out of condoms or something like it's awful, man. You know, so let's post the link in the chat. Get it popping for everybody. You know, and please, parliamentary procedure. Nobody talk over each other. I don't need 10 people trying to tell a joke at the same time. Let's go. You know, I got the reverb back in case I got to regulate too many people yelling. I got the reverb on deck. Put y'all in check. Y'all. You know, we out here. We out here. Hey, who that? That's Jason. Jason.
What's up,
Eat
Jules?
more bacon.
Always
Eat,
need more bacon.
eat more bacon. So, Jason, let's get right to it.
So Jason, what do you think about how do you think Bam versus Gallo is gonna go? Because we all know what the circumstances are by now. That Gallo has not fought in over a year. He hasn't fought since the Chocolatito trilogy. Do you think he still has it within his power to make this a competitive fight? And how do you have it?
I think he can make it a competitive fight, but I still got Bam blowing him out, and because he's an older fighter. But I do want to touch on that real quick because you said it earlier. It's like, how would Bam look if he wasn't fighting these guys? Look at how some people come at Inoue for not fighting those guys, even though we have documented
Bro,
evidence.
he'd be considered the face of boxing if he avoided those guys.
Right? That's what you got to do in America. Not fight people, and they'll love you. Just not fight people. Don't fight people, bro. Just kick cans down the road, and they'll
Just
love you.
say that you're too young, that you're not in any rush, or you'd be considered the face of the boxing, bro.
Yeah. But that shows, and that's a good point, that shows how they're not happy because he knew he didn't waste any time. Like, okay, well, if y'all rather fight each other than fight me, I'm gonna move on. And they criticize him like, oh, well, why he never fought Choco? Why he never fought? He tried, bro. He tried to get him. Then you got another young guy. He is fighting the veterans, but oh, why he just fighting old people? It's like, yo, dog, you're not
Bro,
gonna be
niggas just
happy with nothing,
miserable,
bro.
bro.
Yeah,
Niggas
like
just miserable. They want to complain about shit.
you're not gonna be happy with nothing, bro. That's why I'm like, yo, dog, like, just Bam, do your thing, bro. Do your thing. Ray, what do you think about the fight? Do you think Gallo could still make it competitive? Any scary moments? Or no? Bam is gonna go in there, he's gonna wash him.
What's it called? Gallo's a world class fighter, so I can't say 100% no. But at the same time, I started thinking about it the last couple of years. You know, the inactivity, his age, and on top of that, he really looked that good? Like you had a close fight that you won against Chocolatito, but then I think about that and that's a positive. But then I'm like, okay, so how good is Chocolatito these days? Like, he's also that could have just been two old men going at it. And
Yeah.
when you fought somebody younger, you looked pretty horrible.
Talking about Argy Cortez. He did look horrible
Yeah,
with Argy Cortez. He did. He did.
and that's
Shot.
Argy. No offense to Argy, but
No, no disrespect, but you right. Like Argy ain't Bam. That's for sure. Bobby Light says, looks like a party city. Yo, that Superman, yo, that hurt my eyes, bro. Like,
Bro, I don't
I
even like James Gunn, bro. That dude is gay.
bro, like he trying to like marvel up DC characters. That's what it because you know Marvel's filter and the look of their world is very colorful and vibrant, and it's almost always sunny outside.
Their
I,
palette and shit.
but I don't think that like for Superman, nah, bro. Like we don't need like Snyder had it right, bro. Like I don't know what this dude is doing, bro. Like on some
Bro,
real.
and Snyder had a whole ass vision, bro. Like, he legit has shit mapped out.
It
Go
made
ahead,
me long
Virtuoso.
for the blue.
Oh, go ahead, Jason.
I was just gonna say, it made me long for the blue Superman days.
Nah, oh, you remember the blue Superman, the blue and white one? Yeah, that
Yeah,
was
with
terrible. That was
lightning
terrible.
powers.
Yeah,
Yeah.
But this is a worse idea than that. Like wholeheart, and I'm telling you, I'm a huge Superman fan, dog. I'm such a big fan that I held off on drawing him until I could do him justice. That I'm not messing up Superman, dog. That's my guy. So to see what they're doing to him
He
now,
says as he wears a Batman shirt.
because I'm not gonna wait a Superman one until I get swole. I bought my pension. I'm not.
Shut
I'm
the
telling
fuck
you
up.
that I'm not
You old
playing,
bitch,
bro.
you're not getting swole.
When I no, I am. When I get a
On the
couple more
HGH?
months, on the TRT. When I get
This
swole,
motherfucker.
then that's when I'm gonna come out with my Superman shirt.
When you
But
buy
listen,
another tighter shirt,
But-
huh?
bro, what you
Oh, man.
bro?
Would you speaking of Batman? Did anyone see the trailer for the new Bruce Timm Batman Amazon's producing?
I've not.
Who?
Bruce Timm, the animated series Batman guy. He
Oh,
teamed
word!
up
They
with
coming
Amazon.
out with another one?
Yeah, it's gonna be like an old school one, like Batman in the 40s or some shit like that.
Oh,
But
that
it
sounds
looks
fucking
really
awesome.
good.
We'll see. We'll see. You know, with X-Men 97 and how well that's doing, maybe it'll be
No,
good.
that's different though. That's like owned by Disney and shit. Like they're obviously gonna make everything gay over there.
Oh yeah, they are. No keywords, bro. No keywords.
Homosexual.
But look at what they do. Yo, look at what they do in the Star Wars, bro. That like, what did y'all do to Star Wars, bro? Like, what are y'all doing? Like, y'all
They
got
need
this.
to give that shit back to fucking George Lucas, bro, and stop bullshitting.
They ain't
They
even that.
really
It's
ran
that
that whole franchise into the ground.
they keep trying to make it like contemporary and it's like, what are you doing, bro? Like, you're catering. You don't understand that you're catering to a very small demographic that probably doesn't even watch Star Wars. You idiots. You're alienating everybody else by adding elements into this that people don't watch Star Wars
It's the
for that,
same
bro.
thing like what happened with Bud
Hey,
Light, bro.
real, your mic is real shitty, bro. You got to do something about that because your mic is
All right,
crazy.
what's
I
up?
hear like 3 voices. But yeah, man, like people don't watch Star Wars for that. The same way they don't watch a lot of things for that. So what are you thinking, dog? Are you trying to drive people away? Because that's all you're doing.
It's like they're trying to make everything Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Everyone's quirky, got a quirky joke, everything's gay. They're like, Buffy the Vampire Slayer is old and nobody remembers that show either, right?
Yeah, but even look, I'm not gonna lie, it's a guilty pleasure of mine. I used to watch Buffy the Vampire Slayer all the time on Channel
Yeah,
11.
you look like it.
I
Angel
did
was-
it. I
Angel was
felt,
my jam.
I felt sexier and stronger watching it.
This nigga.
I felt really
It
attractive.
put you in your Ryan Garcia energy.
Yeah, like exactly like do
Bro,
Do
that
I
shit
do?
was fucking
all
hilarious.
right.
All right,
Right.
all right.
Look at that. As much, so no, but I really wholeheartedly, I actually really like Buffy as a show. All that quirky stuff, it worked on that show because it offsets the darkness of, the vampires and the monsters. So it worked. But you can't do that with everything, bro. Like, no, you can't do that with everything. Then it just becomes a gimmick. Like, yo, everybody don't gotta be a comedian. Everybody don't to have a witty one-liner or nothing like that. You know what I mean? Like, come on.
Panel.
Now I dropped my phone and it smacked me in the fucking face and kicked me off the panel. Fuck.
That's great. Mario said, here after the news of Tank's pay-per-views, tragic PBC. Yeah, but nobody's surprised by that. Like, I think every single member of the panel agreed. That thing ain't doing 500,000. No, dog.
Somebody
You
said
can-
they'd be surprised if it did 100, bro.
Bro, you could have had David fight 3 times on the undercard against 3 different people. It wasn't gonna do nothing, bro. Like, nah.
Yo,
Let's
you
take
couldn't pay
Right.
Mike Hoppinger to say in excess, and on top of that shitty ass number.
Yeah, like nobody. There's not a lot to add when Tank does numbers like that. There's not a lot that hasn't, at least that we haven't already said. That like, well, yeah, that's what we've been saying. Without Ryan, you not coming nowhere near $1 million. You're not doing $500,000 without Ryan because
I
he's
just want
the one who brought the customers to that, not you. You didn't bring no customers to that.
I just want to know, like, what was their thinking here? Because best case scenario, everyone who's a Tank fan is not a Benavides fan. So that means you got 200,000 maximum for Tank and 50,000 maximum for Benavides. And somehow 200,000 plus 50,000
Yeah,
is
there's
going to
like
be
no
more than that.
crossover between those fan bases.
I mean, what it really is was a pay-per-view. Like, and I said all this already. That's why I don't even want to stay on it. That they did it out of necessity because where you're at now, you can't afford to do a separate show for David and a separate show for Javante. So your best bet is to put them together on on the same show and hope that that makes it more attractive to consumers. But it didn't. The only
If
people who bought it were idiots like me that watched
yeah,
too much
yeah, that's what I was
boxing.
gonna
No,
say.
no, you could flip it, and your white privilege allowed you to buy it. So fuck off.
Yeah.
Yeah, you white son of a bitch.
Fucking good. No,
No, but
see what I was gonna say
but
is
Joe, I was real quick. I was gonna say is they packaged it together like they were doing us a favor. Like, look, we're giving you David and Tank on the same card.
Yeah, like honestly, when you really take a step back from boxing, because we all watch a lot of boxing, perhaps too much. In the greater scheme of things, besides us, who else was excited to see a 37-year-old Vosdick besides us? Because yeah, we were excited, like yes, good fight. But the casual audience, they don't know him the way that we know him to say, okay, this is a solid fight, that's a solid opponent, I'll buy the show. They don't know that. And in a very general sense, it's like they're jerking each other off on the internet. You're doing a great job. No, you're doing a great job. David is a superstar. You're just jerking each other off.
Someone's gonna that's gonna end up on Twitter later. That double jerk motion.
No, because
Yeah.
because seriously, that's what they're doing. That they're like, yo, they're doing great things at the people, and they're just jerking each other off. And it's like, bro, like
They're jerking each
nobody,
other's off to death.
yeah, like nobody thinks that, bro. Like they're not doing a great job. Was it better than your average Gervonta Davis undercard? Yes, on paper it was, but the bar is already set so low for him that, bro, your numbers usually hover around 200,000, bro. This is normal for you, bro. Like this is your baseline
with
without
believe
because of
that
the
grinding.
it hit. I
PBC and
believe.
the way the PBC sets up their fights is they want to play on the racial component. That's why Gervonta Davis has always fought Hispanic fighters. That's why if
Yes.
you look at the Crawford and Spence
Yeah.
fight, they stuffed that undercard with Mexican talent. Just like
Because that's who they're relying on. And I don't personally, I don't like it. I don't like it because it's like, are you guys hacks like that you don't want to create customers and new customers? You just want to play on familiar tropes to try to sell a couple of pay-per-view. Like it's sad, bro, and it's ridiculous. And it's why American boxing just is where it is, bro. Like, yeah, because y'all don't got no new ideas. Here's a novel idea. Hey, Gervonta, fight somebody good. I know it's crazy, but maybe you should do that.
But you
Jules,
did a
they
relay,
might
Jules.
beat
You
Tank.
did a relay segment when you called out Tank for trying to get ahead of the bad pay-per-views when he said this promotion has been ass. He knew it was gonna. He knew that minute that he wasn't gonna get what Eddie Hearn offered him for Conor Ben this
For
fight.
everybody, look, man, like I don't even care about like I don't have the energy to laugh at him anymore because it's pointless. I'm just waiting now for okay, so now the walls are closing in for him because you don't have what you had going on Showtime anymore. You understand? You're not safe anymore. That if you want to get money, yeah, you might have to take a risk. So I guess that brings us to the next subject. Who thinks Lomachenko can beat Gervonta Davis?
I do.
Yeah,
I think he can, but there's a reason they're fighting now.
so you have him winning that fight if they make it.
I'm 50-50 on it, but I believe he can win. At his age, I think they're gonna rob him of the card if we go to the card. That's the thing about it.
Who has him winning the fight? Like I'm not putting nobody on the spot, but if you've already decided, yeah, I think Loma beats him. Who
Right
out there
now,
thinks
I still
Right
got
here, Real
Loma.
Talk
Right
Boxing
now,
thinks that.
Right now, I saw enough from Loma and the Cambosis and Haney to know like he could still beat him. I'll pick him right now.
okay, Drew's got him. Real talk. Do you think Lomachenko still has enough to beat Gervonta
Well,
Davis?
yeah, because if Tank needs 8 rounds for Frank Martin, I don't know what little bitch was saying that Loma gets out, he takes him out in fucking 4 rounds or some shit like that. Like, nah, bro, Loma still got it, and Frank Martin ain't nobody to be taking 8 rounds with.
That's the other thing that, and I did that the other day on an episode of the Relay. That I'm like, bro, you needed 12 rounds for Gamboa. and he literally was on one leg. Like they treat. What I notice is what I'm saying is a fact. It's not an opinion. That's a fact. It took you 12 rounds to knock out Gamboa, and he had an injury. He was fighting injured because he got injured throughout the course of the fight. You didn't knock out Isaac at all, and Isaac was standing in front of you the whole fight, chasing you, throwing big punches. You just fought Frank Martin. It took you 8 rounds to find him. 8 for a
And
nobody who didn't beat nobody.
Jules, and Loma is not going to fall for the mistakes these other guys do. But I'll go back to what we were talking about before the Cambosis. You said Loma needed to show, like, bro, you got to stop playing with your food and take guys out. Seeing what he did there, like, okay, I can't be relying on these cars no more. Loma has turned that corner. Like, look, I maybe got 1 or 2 these type of performances left. Let's just fucking go.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
gonna
man.
park his foot in Tank's ass, bro.
I mean, I see. There's two ways that could go. There's 2 ways. Right? Now the problem with that fight is that stylistically it is like the Lopez fight. Volume puncher versus counter puncher, because that's what Lopez is good at. Now we remember how Loma looked with Lopez. He was very gun shy, didn't let his hands go. Granted that he might have been injured, though, all the same. He didn't let his hands go because he was wary of the counters. That's one way a Gervonta Davis fight could go. But yet another way it could go is Jadeja Green versus Franchon Cruz. And that's important. That was a fight where a counter puncher was overwhelmed by volume. They didn't exploit it. They couldn't. And as a result of that, you ended up getting outworked, and you ended up losing a lopsided decision. Is that how you guys see that fight? That what, Loma outworks him? He just throws more punches per round than he does? Is that how
Well,
you
because
see it?
Tank has
Now,
the
let me
output
ask
of
you
a
this.
heavyweight.
Well, hold on. You gotta let him talk, Drew. He already started talking. Go ahead, Drew.
Well,
Go ahead,
Tank has
Rizzo.
the output of a heavyweight. So yeah, Loma could definitely outwork him.
That's actually true. He doesn't throw very many punches. Drew, go ahead.
Do we even know if Gervonta has the cardio to keep up with a pace that Loma's going to set?
I mean,
You always,
that's the
you
thing.
know what I'm
He
saying?
is a fat little
Yeah.
motherfucker, bro.
No, but I mean that's the variable that comes with not fighting anyone. Like that there are so many variables associated with Tank, who's 30 now, that shouldn't be there. That, bro, we should actually know more about you as a fighter than we do. But because your quality of competition is so poor, it's like I don't know if you have the cardio for him. I'm not saying you don't. I'm literally saying I don't know. Because you don't fight nobody. You know?
Yeah,
That's part of the reason I'm so hesitant with this, because yeah, it's a little fence straddling, but you haven't fought anybody good. So what is it that you see in Loma now that's actually making you take this fight?
Just
Because
his
otherwise,
age, bro.
based on what
the
everyone's
same reason
saying, you
that,
shouldn't
that
have a
David fought
chance.
Bozdick.
Yeah, like it's just his age that they see that, well, he's older and he lost 2 fights. And I mean, if nothing else, he literally said he's contemplating retirement right after the Cambosos fight, like literally right after that. And I'm fairly confident that has a lot to do with why you want to fight him now that he's courting
And that right
retirement.
there is why I'll be picking Tank for this one. Sorry, guys. Yeah.
No, I mean, I can't blame you for being a realist, because the other angle of it is, look, I don't know if Tank knocks him out. I know that stylistically there's definitely an opportunity there, because Tank is a counterpuncher. So if you're throwing 3 and 4 punches, there is a chance that he'll catch you in between, because that's what he needs, you know? But at the same time, you don't fight anyone, bro. Like, you don't, though. Like, oh, he knocked out Frank Martin. Well, big deal. Frank ain't Loma in any way. Like, he ain't Loma. I feel like Loma can hold the center of the ring where Frank couldn't. You know, Frank was on the perimeter, backing up and going from turnbuckle to turnbuckle. Where I think Loma, because of his pivots and level changes, yeah, he can hold the center and turn on him and force him to turn, you know? So,
Yeah.
Exactly what you're saying. Now, I do think this fight is a way better stylistic matchup than watching Shakur and Tank.
yeah, but I would be I will say this, that I still like Shakur versus Tank, because I'm not 70% sure. I'm 100% sure Shakur takes him to school and makes him look like he never boxed before. I'm 100% sure.
Do we even think that the Loma fight even happens? I don't even know if he does fight that, because Shakur is going to be a free agent coming up, right? And I think
Yeah.
that would be more subtle to the PBC to pursue a fight there, or they
Money,
might try
bro. Money, bro.
and
Money.
or Isaac Cruz. They might for
Yeah,
fight for a title.
realistically though,
I would
Isaac's next, I think.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
would say Isaac because you don't have the situation that you had before to keep things insulated, or maybe you bring a fighter into the fray. No, you don't have what you had at Fox. You don't have what you had at Showtime. You don't have the money. You don't have it. So if you have to choose between young Shakur or old Loma, you're gonna go old Loma. And that's if you even go old Loma. You
Mhm.
might go Isaac rerun. Like, yeah, that's entirely possible, bro.
And the reason why the Isaac Cruz fight's more possible is there's an actual, like, I don't want to say demand for it, but there is a grassroots following for it.
Yeah, Isaac is like, it's the truth. He is more popular now than when y'all first fought. People like him a little better. He is a champion, and it's just like, honestly, I expect Isaac again. I don't actually know that this Lomachenko
Yeah.
stuff is gonna
I think
happen.
it's just fucking smoke and mirrors. It's gonna be Isaac. Hell, Isaac had 60 to 70% of the crowd for the Tazoo Fundora. They left after Isaac fucking won.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like with Isaac, if he beats Rayo, it's like, yeah, I could totally see that in November, bro. Like that's
Yeah.
how they move, you
And
know. So
and the thing that Isaac gave Tank his toughest fight to date. Throw in the fact that he has a belt.
yeah, like it's predictable. It's what you expected. It's like, yeah, y'all to land the pointless rematches because who wanted Santa Cruz versus Mares 2? Who wanted Stevenson versus Funfara 2? Who wanted Ortiz versus Wilder 2? That's the
Yeah.
PBC is the land of pointless rematches that nobody wanted. Like,
Yep.
so I don't actually expect him to fight Lomachenko. If he does, I guess that's okay, but I can't get over that it took you 7 years, bro. That even if you do fight him, I cannot get over that it took
Nah,
you
Yeah.
seven
nah,
years
Jules,
to
because you
do it.
already said it, bro. Like you said it. I wouldn't be surprised if he goes his whole career without fighting Loma, bro. Like, and
Yeah.
that's why we're cynics, bro. We don't believe in that nigga.
Yeah, like there's nothing to believe in, bro. Like and even if he were to fight him, well, what are you supposed to do? You supposed to get a cookie for doing what Lopez already did.
Or
You
Haney
because
did.
Because Lopez already fought him, bro. Haney already fought him. You supposed to get brownie points because you swoop in after them, even though you're older than them, and it was about you and him before they came in. It's like, no, this
Yeah. And
I
even
got
Lopez, to Teal Weirdo's credit, he signed on to fight Loma during the Comey fight. I got to win this fight, and I got him in December.
yeah, and you know that was almost 5 years ago.
Yeah.
That's
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 crazy,
fucking
true.
crazy,
bro.
bro.
That's
That's
fucking
nuts.
nuts. That was in
I
late.
was a
It's
fucking
20,
teenage. No, I wasn't.
bro.
And
In
it was in the bubble.
2024, we in 2024, and that was in 2020, bro.
Yeah.
Wow. It's
That was
like,
before the Teal fight, wasn't it? Yeah.
Who's the one that said Loma's going to put their foot all in Tank's ass? Is it
Bro, that was
girthy?
real talk,
Is
bro.
it a,
You know it.
is it a girthy foot?
It's a wide foot, bro.
it's too early for the gay shit, bro. It's too early. You're forcing it. You're forcing it. That wasn't natural at all, bro.
Yeah, man.
That wasn't
I got a question.
natural.
I got a question for you guys. If Loma doesn't fight Tank, what would be the logical fight for Loma? If Tank,
Stevenson.
yeah, it would be Shakur, wouldn't it?
I mean, like for Loma, I personally, I would sooner say retirement, but he's not going to fight Dennis Berencic, bro. Like, they're
Yeah.
not going to make Ukrainian fighter versus Ukrainian fighter. They're not going to do that. So it's either, I would say this, maybe, does Navarrete still have his belt?
At 30, I think so. Yeah. For
Yeah, I
now.
think he does.
Because I was thinking Oscar Valdez versus Lomachenko for the BO. Like, he could drop back down there,
Nah.
maybe.
That's,
I don't know, because it's not like Shakur Stevenson is his first choice. And it's not like he's gonna fight Dennis Berencic, you know, like just being real. Like, he's not gonna fight his amateur brother, bro, like
He
his
could
amateur teammate or whatever. Like, he's not gonna do
Yeah.
that. So
I have an idea for it though. If like considering we're all I guess assuming that Davis is not gonna do this and move up to fight Cruz, the belt goes vacant. It'll go to I'm pretty sure Zepeda.
Yeah,
And Golden Boy and Top Rank have never really had issues with the relationship. So
that's a good
yeah, I mean, I
point.
guess that's a good fight.
That's a
I
good
guess
fight
that's a good
too.
fight. He would have to vacate it in a jiffy, though, wouldn't he? Like, the order would have to
what?
come down. Javante would have to not
Yeah.
comply. And then in other words, things would have to move very quickly for it to be a scenario where William Zepeda ends up WBA champion. It would have to move very quickly. I don't know. Maybe it could. I don't know. But I'm not convinced that he's going to fight Loma. And if he does, I'll just say, look, as much as I'm criticizing Gervonta, there's actually a legitimate possibility that Loma wins that fight. There's a legitimate there. What usually happens when top ranked fighters fight PBC fighters, man? What usually happens?
They
They
lose.
lose. even when they're really old, like bro, Pacquiao was 40. He was 40 when he fought Thurman, bro. And look what happened. So you never know, man. You never know. Shout out to the Urge. I don't think Ryan beat Haney, but he's making himself look worse. Yeah, what do y'all think about how Devin is handling this situation?
Dancing in the bowling alley after that is crazy, bro.
Yeah.
That was the lamest shit I ever saw in my life, bro.
It's not a good look for him, and it's actually hurting him more than it is Ryan.
It's cringe, bro, because it's like you just it's the theme of this generation to give away too much. Bro, you could have reacted to that news by ejaculating in some girl's mouth. You don't need to post. You do a little TikTok, like you don't.
Him and
What are
Tank
you
Davis,
doing, bro?
Him and Tank
What was
Davis
that?
Get into a dance. Those two guys. I mean,
Like you could have just celebrate by ejaculating in some girl's mouth. You don't need to tell everybody what you like. You don't need to post everything and put everything out there for everybody, bro. That's the problem that these kids got, man.
I mean, first Devin, then Tank. Like, what is it with the young men and just doing little gay TikTok dances whenever they're getting to do things with Diddy?
after Ryan,
wait.
after fighting Ryan, no less.
Shout out to Domo. It's why Floyd kept Canelo on his undercards too. Exactly, and that's the angle that I've always taken. That Floyd didn't fight Canelo as a favor to Canelo, and that's how they kind of tell the story. They're like, "Oh, Canelo was on Floyd's undercards." No, you idiot. Floyd was being promoted by Golden Boy. That's why Canelo was on his undercards.
Yep, exactly.
Literally, and it's like they leave that entire part of the story out. That after Floyd left Top Rank, who do you think was promoting his shows? Floyd?
Bro, because that would give too much credit to the Hispanics.
Basically. Like I don't want to
Also-
make it about that, but it's like, yeah, like the reason that Floyd popped Bad Pretty Boy or whatever, just all that cliche shit. You don't think Oscar had anything to do with that? Okay. You know, okay. Shout out to Tyree betting up all my equity on Loma. I mean, I think there's a legitimate possibility that he can win. It's just that even if you can see how the aesthetic of the fight is going to be, what you can't account for is a robbery. And that's what I feel about the Haney fight. That to me, the fight looked how I thought it was going to look. It looked like it played out how I thought it would, but he didn't get the decision. He got robbed, dog. He got robbed. And I can't forecast. I don't know if they're going to give him the decision or not. I don't know that.
The only way he's going to get it, I think, is if he just cold knocks him out. I mean, because otherwise there could be a potential for controversy.
Well, how many people think Lomachenko can knock out Gervonta?
Right. Not a lot.
Actually, why not?
When have you ever seen Tank get hit flush and clean?
In the Brown?
Like, who's he getting hit by too, bro? Like, I'm confused. Like, a lot of people talk about that Isaac fight, but I remember watching and I was like, Isaac's landing here and there, but he's not landing like most of the time. He's not landing no crazy shit. Like, he only landed some crazy shit a couple of times, and Tank did look kind of disturbed, and he started hugging.
I mean, like, I guess the only time I've really seen Tank not hurt, just uncomfortable was the Rolly fight when the jabs were getting in and he's getting backed off. And that was with Rolly, bro. So I guess it's not outside the realm of possibility that he can be worn down. But once again, it's a wild card because it's like we don't know how good he is. Maybe he is better than we think, but we don't know because you don't fight shit. You don't fight shit. So
He was losing to Barrios, if you ask me, when he was fighting that fight.
Oh, yeah,
and then
for sure.
the knockout. You know,
I'm a little skeptical on Loma knocking him out, if only because Frank can punch a little bit. Like I don't want to sing his praises too much, but he can punch a little bit, and he was landing on Tank. But then Tank survived and knocked his ass out. So I doubt Loma can.
yeah, but
But he was also
Frank Martin
backing
hadn't
up,
beaten
though.
anybody. Frank
yeah, he
Martin
was
didn't
on.
beat-
Yeah, the thing about Frank is he wasn't sitting on his shots. You know, he
Yeah.
wasn't. He was literally on the balls of his feet. He wasn't sitting on his punches. Whereas with Loma, Loma's gonna fight in the pocket, but he's gonna be moving the whole time. But he is gonna be fighting in the pocket. He's not gonna run from you. You know, he's just gonna dart around you and use different angles
Mhm.
around you. I don't know that he can knock out Javante. I don't know that he can. I don't know that he can't. Shout
Right.
out to Mario. Loma getting robbed by his third American hype job is nasty. Yeah, but that could happen, bro. That could happen. To me, he won the Haney fight clear. It's not a hard fight to score. It's just a lot of gaslighting and ulterior motives. To me, he beat Devin clear, and look at what they did to him. So,
Mhm.
you know, they might do that again with Tank. You never know. Shout out to Jonathan. Loma wins, but that fight is not happening, Jules. Tank will fight Cruz at 135 for both the W. You know what? That could happen too because they've done that. They did that with Leo. They let
Ugh.
them fight. They let them fight for two versions of a belt from two different weights at one weight. That's what they did. So you know what? That's possible. I could see
Mhm.
that. I could see that. You know, so now I want you guys to go into what do you think about Ryan's suspension? Go. I'm gonna go take a shit because I've been holding this shit in for a minute.
mean,
I think the suspensions actually need to be regulated because different people got different suspensions of different time things, and it's like there should be something that regulates it so that, like, if people are getting
Yeah, and it's like
suspended,
it's
it's
not like
fair.
Ryan has popped dirty before. You know, he's a first time offender. You know.
I mean, I'm not sticking up for Ryan now. Don't get me wrong, but
No, no, no,
I
definitely
mean, like
not. But it's
across
like
the
there needs to
board for
be.
anybody who gets popped, there should be like regulation so that everybody has to follow the same rules. Now maybe that
Yeah,
might
like
be
that
asking a little
motherfucker
too
shouldn't be getting
much.
6 months on his third fucking pop when Ryan's getting a year on his first. Like I get the differences in profiles,
Yep.
but there should be some type of regulation. You're right.
I agree, but I also think that the regulation should be what Ryan's getting. Like, he popped dirty for not steroids, but for performance enhancing drugs. Like, he cheated,
Yeah, but you
got
know what?
caught doing it.
Different fighters have gotten popped. Like Canelo got popped. He got
Like,
6 months for contaminated
I
meat.
understand. No, I
You know,
understand that.
uh,
I
uh,
understand.
Shane
No, no,
Mosley Sr. got popped a long time ago, and he got zero. Like nothing
like,
happened to him.
I
So
understand that country. I understand that. But what I'm saying is that we should be looking at Ryan's case as the one going forward. Like, okay, that's the new standard. Because you're right. We're getting a lot of 6 months, 3 months, no month suspensions for these guys. And it's like, oh, so the time they were going to wait between this now and their next fight. Oh, that's their suspension. Okay, this feels like an actual fucking punishment. So I think
Yeah, and
it's the right
honestly,
call. But go ahead.
shouldn't he, like, no offense, like, wait, what am I saying? No offense for this dude did this shit. But if you're somebody that falsified evidence to try to clear your name, I think a 1 year suspension is quite generous, to be honest. Like, I don't know, like, if you were to like falsify evidence in a court of law, you'd be getting a lot more than just like a small little slap on the wrist of a 1 year suspension. Is that not like something that did happen? Am I confused? Like, I don't understand why this suspension is viewed as harsh by anybody.
It's only viewed as harsh because, like we just said, it's like other guys, they would get 6 months, they get 3 months, they would get the equivalent of a slap on the wrist. This was more than a slap on the wrist, so everyone's like,
This was a slap
"Ah!"
on the dick.
not to say
And
that Ryan
also,
didn't bring it on himself, but still.
yeah, that's another thing. It's like I don't think I was too surprised because I was like, man, I don't know, man. Like a lot of those guys people like talk about, they don't really make a huge big deal about it. They communicate, cooperate with the investigation, whatever the fuck that means, and they get on with the rest of their day. But you were doing everything. You were accusing everybody. You were putting out fake evidence to try to exonerate yourself, and it spun around and bit you in the ass. I don't think there's really anything unjust about this. Like I think Oscar might be high when he's talking about Canelo should have gotten something similar.
Nah, man, you know
And
what
I don't
cracked
even
me
like
up,
Canelo.
bro? You know what really cracked me up was in Oscar's video when he basically told Devin, "You don't sell." That shit had me rolling.
That's just, bro. Like, why are you whispering? Oh, you got coke throat. Oh, I know why you whispering.
Oscar was dropping some truth bombs, man. It was like, wow.
That's another thing too, man. I'm honestly getting tired of like Devin and Shakur Stevens. I'm sorry, but you boring ass niggas do not have a right to speak about money like this. Like, that is insane. I'm surprised you guys get paid this much. That's a miracle. Somebody woke up and said, "You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna put $3 million in this jab and grabber's pocket, bro."
It's like
Well,
Winky
the
Wright.
problem
Winky
is-
Wright was born at the wrong time. Like, think of all the money he could fleece fighters out of. Promoters out of
We're not
today.
gonna do that. We're not gonna do that. We're not
The
gonna do
problem
that.
is
Winky
that
Wright
the
was not
fighters
a
of
pure
today.
jab and grab.
The problem is fighters of today are not like the fighters of yesterday. So I mean, the fighters of yesterday really were up for fighting each other, whereas today there's more excuses than fighting. You know. And the only group that's actually fighting each other a little more, even though a lot of guys pan them and don't think it's nothing, the ladies have actually been outdoing the men when it comes to boxing matches and fights.
I would say the smaller divisions are still the really small divisions at this point are still doing their job, but I don't know. It's just alarming to see those guys in particular because it like you said back in the day. Do you think these guys would even be on TV?
No, back in the day, I don't even think they would be. Like they would get eaten up. I don't think they would be as much big, stars like or as popular as they are today, because they'd be making excuses while everybody else would be fighting each other.
They might appear on a Saturday night HBO card as a mandatory every once in a while, but that's about it.
Yo,
Right,
sorry
next-
guys. Listen, if you lot are not locked into the debate is fucking sick. It's fucking hilarious.
How bad is Trump tearing them apart?
No, it's,
Wait. The presidential debate with
Yeah.
Sleepy Joe?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's actually doing very well.
Wait, Sleepy Joe is?
Yeah.
Nah, no
Yeah.
way. That's got to be a
I-
clone, man.
I-
He's getting cooked, and they have it on a
No,
delay
he's
so
not.
they can edit it.
No, he's not getting cooked. He's actually
He's getting
remembering
cooked.
points. He ain't getting cooked. Like Trump's trying to deflect a whole load of shit. He ain't getting cooked. He ain't.
I'll tell you what, Chan. I don't want to get political, but all I'll say is this, and I'm not a Republican or a Democrat. I'm an alien, literally. All I can tell you is that, believe it or not, in spite of the cosmetics, because a lot of what people complain about during the Trump administration are the cosmetics, not the actual infrastructure. I can tell you wholeheartedly, regardless of who you vote for, the country was in a better place economically and foreign policy wise than it is now. It's much worse off now. And I'm not exaggerating. I don't have a stance. But what's going on in New York, what's going on in every major city in America at the same time, mind you, it's like, something's not right, dog. How could LA, New York, Chicago, every major city in America
Every major city. Look
going
what
to hell
happened
in a
in Oakland.
handbasket.
Look what happened to Oakland. The FBI just raided the mayor's house, and she blamed it on right wing, and then told her, like, the mayor, there's no right wing in Oakland. You're 95% Democrat. There's no conspiracy out to get you.
I can say that a lot of the policies, they just don't make sense to me unless the only way that I can reconcile opening the borders to everyone, including our enemies. That's what's like. I understand the need for immigration. Immigration has always been around, but there are risks. Like, bro, you open the border to everybody, you also open it to our enemies and independent terrorists. A lot of things could happen in a nutshell. So I just feel like the country's not in a better place. Also, the amount of money that I'm spending on groceries now versus a couple of years ago,
bro, gas was $1.80 on Memorial Day 2020.
Bruh, gas. It's like I can say that regardless of the cosmetics and what sounds good in a town hall debate, what I know with an absolute certitude is the country was in a better place. It's the cosmetic stuff that people didn't like. The argument, the hot button issues. But hey, dog, groceries didn't cost as much as they do now, dog. You know, you order a meal at McDonald's, it's like damn near $10 now, dog.
20.
Well, I mean, the thing about it is they have, they're putting in a lot of Marxist policies in these places, and this is the result.
It just looks like it looks
Too
like
old.
the difference between now and then is more government. I don't want to get political, like I said, because
Mm,
sometimes I think about the whole thing and I'm like, why would people in power, the real people in power, not these two,
yeah,
why would they share it with us? That's never been how this goes in
no,
any empire
yeah,
ever.
yeah,
Like I'm not dumb,
yeah,
dog. This
yeah,
entire I don't want to be that guy, but I'm like, dog, I'm not dumb either. When have the people in power ever shared it? When has
yeah,
that ever been the situation? Now
yeah,
there can be the illusion of choice. There can be the illusion of choice, what you think is better for you, but in the greater scheme of things, there's never been a situation where the people who are in control acquiesce that control willingly. I think it's only ever been one, and that's what wasn't it one of the Caesars that gave up? I think it was
yeah,
one of the Caesars that they abdicated. But other than that, yeah, people in power generally don't share it. And
yeah.
so I don't know, dog. You know, I
And
don't.
because where your alliance is, right? Because Biden is saying like we've got alliances. Our prices for food is gone sky high as well. We're not even to do with the fucking shit.
Well,
And our
that's why I'm worried, Chan, because I am an alien. For those that don't know, I'm not joking. I literally came here from the Andromeda galaxy. Um, there's no way what's happening in this government should also be happening in yours. Why do we have the same problems?
yeah,
That's not supposed to. You have
That shows us by design.
because it's what because
there's a border. There is literally why is there a border problem in the UK where there didn't used to be a border problem? There's a border problem. And then there's also a border problem. Like, what is going on, dog? What's happening? What kind of policies is y'all writing? You
How
know,
is there a
so
border problem on an island nation? Like, what the
well,
fuck?
islands, I know, no space. I know.
dog, I was gonna go over there. Now I'm like, nah, dog. I ain't trying to end up in no shit. You know, it's wild over there in England right now. So I don't know, dog. Something going on, and I don't trust it. Now, back to boxing. Teofimo's fighting Steve Claggett this weekend. I know it's a fight that nobody cares about it, right? But the thing is that Devin is going to be out for the rest of the year. I thought of that as a potential option for Lopez down the line. But if Devin is out for the rest of the year, Paro's with Matchroom, you know, Cruz, I don't see Cruz fighting Lopez. What does Lopez do after this? Because there's still a large chunk of 2024 that's left after this weekend.
Bro, he's
What do
gonna
you
fight
guys?
Crawford. What do you
Go
mean?
fight Matthias.
Yeah, gonna go up.
Go
He's
fight.
gonna go up.
Okay,
He's
Go
gonna
fight.
fight Crawford,
Go
bro.
fight
He's
Gabriel.
gonna fight Crawford, bro.
Go fight Matthias. He's coming off a loss. Go fight Gabriel. So,
You think he would fight Subriel? Like, cause I'm like,
Hell no.
like, I don't know. Like, I literally can't think of like, what is he gonna do? Because
There's two options.
I know exactly
ahead,
what
Ray.
he's gonna do, but-
Go ahead, Ray.
So one option is pretty bad. There's some contenders that Top Rank has at 140. Not guys that a lot of people like really pay attention to, but guys that I would say are pretty good fighters. Lopez is probably not going to want to fight either of them because it's not going to be that much money, and if he loses or looks bad, it's not a good look. You know, you don't want to be out here saying I want life and death with Andy Hiroki, bro. That's never going to be a good thing. Second option, and this is a very it's very possible it doesn't happen, especially because I don't know what his like contract or Top Rank is looking like. Stevenson moves up.
Shakur?
Yeah.
I don't know about that.
Highly
I don't know
Yeah,
about
you say
that.
that, but let's be real. Barenchik fight happens. How much do you think Loma really wants to see Shakur Stevenson? I'm not saying Lomachenko is
I'm
afraid
not
of him.
saying that he
I'm
does,
saying
but
like
Shakur versus Barenchik seems more possible to me than Shakur versus Lopez, bro.
yeah, but what's it called? You really think like
was going to match.
they're really gonna like just like cannot have him like fight? They're only have Stevenson fight like one more time this year.
Well, the thing is that Stevenson's being stubborn, right? He's trying to act like his problems originate from his promoter. He's being stubborn. So the idea that he'll stay there a while longer and Lopez is willing to fight him, I don't actually think Lopez is willing to fight him. And I don't care how that sounds to people. I don't romanticize boxers. I think they know, yeah, this guy's going to make us look bad. He's going to run. That's what they're going to tell themselves, that why would we want that fight against a guy who's going to stay away from us all night? We just went through this with Ortiz. We're going to go through it again with Shakur.
Bro, throw that nigga away, bro. Just retire.
Going to He's going to Matchroom anyway.
No.
If he does,
I'm-
and if he does go to Matchroom, it's like, well, I hope you're moving to 140 because they don't have nothing for you at 135.
Already kind of alluded to it.
guys, you're giving Lopez way too much credit here. Here's exactly what he's going to do for the rest of the year. Nothing. He's going to fight this Claggett, and he's going to take the rest of the year off.
You think he's going to sit out the rest of the year? He's not going to fight nobody else.
He's not going to
Really?
fight a single person. He's going to take the
Bro,
rest
He
of the
even
year.
said that he
solid
wants to
half
be
a
more
year
active.
left,
Well,
bro.
Oh, he says that. Okay.
yeah, true.
There's a lot of
No.
things.
I mean, I don't know, like because I was thinking about it, and like I said, I'm like, well, Devin was an option because, well, he was still WBC champion, and I thought the Martin fight would have been a segue to a Lopez fight. That okay, Devin, you take care of Martin, you jump into bed with Top Rank, take care of Sandor Martin, and then that leads you to a Lopez fight. But now
if
it's
you ask me, bro, Haney's never wanted to fight Tio because he had many opportunities to fight Tio.
yeah,
I'm
but
like,
let's
you
be
could say
real.
that about Tio. Tio asked
But
Eddie Hearn
Tio
for
was busy
$10 million.
unifying and had a belt.
Bro, but he asked Eddie Hearn for 10 mil. Like, bro, ain't nobody gonna give you $10 million
No, I get that
in
part, but it's like at the
2021.
end of the day, when
That was-
Haney moved up, he had that option to go for the WBO, but Tio opted to retain. And what did he do? He went to go fight Regis instead.
Yeah, but at the
That's
Canelo
true.
press conference, he stood there and said, "We want $10 million to fight Haney." I remember that.
That number's like when you start doing stuff like that. See, that's what PBC fighters used to do. Whenever you would ask them to fight somebody, they'll ask for a crazy amount of money. That's what they would do. Like that's your way to get out of the fight. Ask for some money that don't make sense. Eddie just offered you, what was it? Eddie offered Gervonta Davis about 5, 6, and up to 8 for Tevin Farmer. What did he say? Give me 10, bro. Come on now, 10 mil for Tevin Farmer. Come on, B.
What did Danny Garcia used to do whenever they tried to get him to fight Crawford? Oh, I already fought him for free in the amateurs. You got to give me money.
Yeah, like
Danny,
I just I don't think I'm not gonna say that Devin was chomping at the bit for the fight, but I know that Tio wasn't either. Like, nah, you wasn't, bro. Like you asking for ridiculous money that nobody was gonna give you that in 2021. The pandemic just ended. And you asking for audiences ain't all the way back yet. Like, where they gonna get that money from, dog? Like, come on, B. So you know.
Dude's tap dancing
My
around.
only point is all that is fine because all that shit was at 135. When Devin moved to 140, you had that option to fight for the WBO. When Tio opted to retain, you went another direction. Whenever
Okay,
you were
wait,
done
I
with
could
that
explain
Regis
that a
fight,
bit.
did you ask for Tio?
No.
You asked
I
for
mean,
Regis.
like, no, but the thing is, wait. In his defense, it is a valid point that you were undisputed at 135, so you had WBO Super Champion status. And if you wanted T.O. really bad, if you really did, you could have got him. You could have got him with that. You could have though. You could have.
I agree, but here's the thing, right? And this is not a positive for Haney, but I think this might have actually been what it is. If you look how Haney was like kind of doing business at that time a little bit, he really wasn't trying to like be on even footing with any type of fighter he was in the ring with. And when I mean that, I mean he wanted to earn more. He wanted to be beside them. He wanted to determine the location where it was going to happen. He basically wanted a person that like wouldn't be able to say anything to what they were doing. Like hell, he moved the date around with Regis just because he could. If that was Tio or Shakur Stevenson, who he potentially was going to be able to, that he was supposed to fight, I don't think any of those advantages even exist. They both have established promoters
Tio's a
that are
lineal
invested in
champion
them.
at 140.
But the
Yeah,
other thing
like
is,
those are legit guys.
Aren't you saying that he didn't want to fight T.O. then, right?
Yeah, basically. I guess it still comes down to that anyway.
I mean, like that because that's how that comes off. That okay, well, if my thing is, it is true. WBO Super Champion status would have fast tracked you to Teofimo Lopez. It would have. That's how Crawford got Horn. That's how Usyk got Joshua, dog. If that's how Usyk got Joshua, then that's how you could have got Lopez if you wanted it.
Well,
if you want.
Do you think that Lopez, if he's, I think he's either not going to, he's going to sit out the year like somebody else said, or is it a possibility he gets the Regis Catterall winner? You think that might happen?
Nah.
I would like to see.
Would he
Tio
want the winner?
Regis, but
they want him. Jack wants him. You know, Jack wants him. Like I saw quotes from Jack saying that he wants him,
That's
but
a bad style matchup for Tio or Jack Catterall.
Yeah, that's a
it
horrific
is.
style
Yeah.
matchup.
That is not a good style matchup for him. But it's like, is Bob gonna do it? Because Bob be acting stupid. Look at how he getting with Ahmadallah.
Bro,
Yeah.
did you not hear Bob after the Taylor fight? I will never send one of my fighters to England, bro. That shit is not happening.
It's not
Yeah.
going
Yeah,
down, bro. Like
Yeah,
that's
it's
I'm
not.
like this is why I don't know what Lopez is gonna do for what remains of this year, bro. I literally don't know what he's gonna do.
Read that.
Shout out. Who's the biggest Pinocha in boxing today in order? Shakur, Tank, or Haney? I would say Devin. No, wait. Tank,
That's
then
it.
Devin. Because the thing is, who Mike is that? The thing is that for you to be dancing in that's just not in keeping of a fighter, bro. You know that was so, I don't know, bureaucratic, or it was just weak. It's like, yo, dog, like you don't need to show that. You don't, like, who do you think is gonna? You think people are sitting around? Yeah, nah, homie, don't do that. You know, so that was just really weak. And then I think he said he wanted to sue him, but I'm like, sue him for what? Because
Yeah.
nobody wanted to buy the Sandor Martin fight because
Emotional damage.
emotional damage.
Yeah.
I'm like, because his argument was that because Ryan cheated and because he lost, it hurt Devin's marquee value. Let me tell you something. You could have beat Ryan within an inch of his life, and that still wouldn't have made a Sandor Martin fight appealing, bro. They was never gonna spend a lot of money on that fight,
No,
dog.
that's straight fact.
Ever,
Man,
ever,
No,
dog.
but
Like,
if you
it's like
saw,
Mike said. Mike said on the last
if
line,
you
he's like, bro, you
sorry,
can tell Haney is homeschooled because he just does not know how to endear himself to the social crowd.
you can always tell when Virtuoso unmutes his mic because it sounds like he's on the inside of a water cooler. I can literally hear the wet wall. I can hear the water running through the wet wall, dog.
White noise.
Go ahead, Virtuoso.
no, it's like if you sell less with Loma and Prograde, like, were you emotionally damaged or something like that? What happened, man? This is some Me Too shit.
Yeah, like
That's what this sounds like to me.
Yeah.
it's just
Like,
I said this on the last I said this a hour or so ago on the round table. Shout out to them that they just need to make their rematch. You might as well finalize it and start working on it now, because when you guys come back, you're not coming back at 140. That's one.
yeah.
Two, you don't want to fight Brian Norman. You don't want to fight Stanionis. I know neither of you want to fight Boots. So just get on your rematch, start working on it now, so that first order of business, you guys fight, because you are each other's best option next year. You are.
Can I ask?
Controversial.
Point.
I mean, it's a
Is there a
controversial
reason Devin's
fight.
taking a year off?
His pussy hurts.
He said, did
I mean,
he not say it back in April?
It's facts.
No, he said that
No,
he
but
might come
he's-
back. He said he might come back before April. But the real shit is, it's like, I understand taking a year off. I do understand that. But I also understand that if it takes you that long to come back, you know all people are gonna say about you, Ryan whooped his ass. Ryan whooped his ass. The last time I saw
All
him,
year
Ryan
long,
whooped
baby
his
boy.
ass. Ryan
Well,
whooped his
he-
ass. That's all
Well,
they're
he
gonna
clearly,
say.
he clearly did, and clearly there was emotional damage, because did you see the first interview when we still thought it was a possibility Ryan popped for the hard shit, like not just the
Yeah.
Oscar and the hard drugs? Like, man, I've never been that overpowered in the ring
I've
before.
never been
Never felt that
dominated
kind of
before."
power. Never been dominated like that on top.
He
It kind
never
of turned
been
me on
fucked
to the
like
game.
that before.
Yeah, he used to,
Ryan fucked him real good.
Oh dear.
he used to touch him up.
I've never been fucked like that before.
I've never been punched in the ground like that before.
You can't be a boxer with that mentality.
I said in the last live, it's like listening to a rape victim. Like, Jesus Christ,
Yeah, but
Devin.
Jan, they don't want to be boxers.
say
Is
that
what I see. They don't want to like the way they act. They want to be everything but a boxer. Like, you trying to
Yeah.
be this. Like, look at all them ugly ass clothes, Dev. Like, somebody need to
know.
whoop
Bro,
your ass.
somebody need to fucking
Yeah.
fashion check that dude.
Yeah, horrid.
Like, Bill should like
Big
Bill
ass
should
fucking
really take this
platformers. What
belt.
the fuck is that?
He
Yeah.
should take his belt off and spank him. Like, what is wrong
Yeah.
with you, bro?
Bro,
What
Haney
He
want to be
made
6 foot so bad, bro.
I'm saying? Like,
Jesus. He made
motherfucker
Ryan
had
look so fly. Like, what the fuck are you doing, Devin?
motherfucker had them platform shoes,
I
what
know.
looked like a skirt,
Sure.
a fur. Like, you think who's telling you that shit look good?
Good. I know.
Like, you think bitches is sitting around playing with they clit, looking at that
I
shit?
know.
Like, no.
Terrible.
You can't even
Oh,
finish that fucking
Terrible.
oh, that shit. That shit. You're like,
flicking
Oh,
they
the
bean.
the
you ain't no.
skull outfit. Oh,
Oh, you
Yeah.
think any
Bro,
bitches
that
is
skull
sitting
outfit was so
that you
stupid.
and the skull shit look like, you know, when you get sodas at Dunkin' Donuts, like you get the four shit and you get the tray to put them in. That's
Yeah.
what that skull shit look like. Like, you think bitches is sitting around flicking a bean to that shit? Like, no, bro, just wear a t-shirt. Stop being
Devin,
extra. Wear a t-shirt, bro.
Bro, it's
Devin was
because
wearing all
Haney
that
is so
skull shit. Hang on.
average and normal that he needs to wear that shit to stand out.
No,
Yeah,
Devin was
like
wearing all that skull shit, and he was saying, like, I don't think Ryan's taking this fight seriously. Like, bitch, are you?
I ain't even going front. Ryan, like, the other thing is Ryan dressed weird. He dressed like a church kid that they just let him start going outside.
That
Like,
shit was funny as fuck.
why are you always wearing shoes, Ryan? Like, you are
I know.
literally
This nigga
always
wearing a
wearing
Like
white
an old,
shoes.
suit.
like an old man.
Yeah, like you ain't got no, you ain't got no sneakers or nothing. Like you ain't gotta
No,
wear Timbs. I know you ain't from New York,
New
but you ain't
York.
got no Chucks or nothing. Like some New
Yeah.
Balances or something.
Yeah.
Yo, Jules, I got some
Air
limited
Force One.
edition red Tims
No
with
Air
gold
Force
on them, bro.
nothing.
Bro.
I
I'm
know.
like I don't understand. Ryan, I don't understand how he
He
dressed.
does
Like,
like he's
where are you going, Ryan? Like you about to go to the fist fight with the church shoes, bro? Like,
he dresses like he's Oscar De La Hoya, and Oscar De La Hoya is 52.
bro, he dressed like a Dominican that just got to America.
Yeah,
Because
true.
they be wearing shoes.
That's
And
They
shit.
fucking hilarious, bro. That's
He
He
dresses,
fuck.
really, he
he
really
dresses like
dressed like
every
he just,
wannabe crime lord ever. Like, seriously.
yeah, like
Miami Vice.
it's a cross between church kid and drug lord or something. Like
He's got
what
a
are
Yeah,
you doing?
he's got mental issues, man. That's the thing.
does. Did you see
Yeah,
his
like,
tweet the other day? On what he posted on Instagram, and people
yo,
zoomed in.
that motherfucker got foot fungus, yo.
Oh,
Y'all seen that
Ugh.
shit? That
Who?
No.
motherfucker. This motherfucker toenails look like petrified wood. Like, bro, why can we
Oh,
not see?
yeah.
they look like like
Bro, I never understood why
they
people
like
with fucked up ass feet walk around with no socks on, bro.
his toenails were in 3D.
Bro, that's because that's because he wears church shoes without church socks. Like,
Terrible.
literally, dog.
He
If
just
you
wears
look
the
at
shoe.
any video of Ryan, it's like you trying to look like you in La Bamba or some shit. Like, what you, what are you doing, bro? Oh, you
That's
trying to be Bruce Lee? Because you know Bruce Lee, he had like the low shoes and shit.
Yeah,
But he wore socks, bro. Like, you just
yeah.
putting your foot in shoes and walking around. Were you caveman?
I
That
know.
Imagine
shit's
what that
fucking
motherfucker,
gross.
bro. Imagine
God.
what that motherfucker's feet smell like, bro.
Think.
Smell like asshole.
Yeah.
Oh shit, smell
And
like
he's
Osterin, bro.
he's walking
And
around.
Burnt
George,
cheese
You're
and
fucking
Austrian.
stupid, bro.
bad Austrian.
Those smell like Fritos and Austrian.
he is walking.
Oh, yeah. Fritos
How
and
much,
Oscar.
how much do you think he weighs right now? He looks like he's nearly 200.
180. 180. I would put him at 180. No, maybe
Who,
no,
Haney?
Chan, maybe more. 180, 190. He's huge.
Who?
He's huge.
Ryan?
Yeah.
Ryan.
Oh yeah.
Dude,
Y'all ain't see him. Y'all ain't see him at that poker game. He
Yeah.
gotta be 190 something.
I
Be
feel like
like,
180. Yeah, you're right around 180 because I got a homie who's about that size and he's chilling at around 150, just normal body fat.
Nah, he's
So
about
Ryan is probably like around 180, 185.
180, 190 around there. But look, he's gonna spend. If Devin is smart, and if Ryan is smart, because it's for the both of you. Y'all don't beat nobody good at 147. That's just the truth. Y'all don't. Both of y'all don't. So just fight each other again and turn it into a
Yeah, they need
trilogy.
each other.
They
need
need each other.
Yeah.
Neither guy is 30 yet, and their best years are behind them. What the
Plus,
fuck?
they're gonna come back at the same time.
That's fucked, bro, to think about that.
It's
No,
because
but at
these.
least Devin's in the history books. At least he's in the history
No,
books.
I mean, yeah, like he can
As the
say that
weakest undisputed champion in the world, yeah.
he can say that he was undisputed, right? But this is the byproduct because the weight bully shit, and y'all know I don't care about that shit. Like personally, I don't care about that shit. But the thing is that they're both guilty of it. Like, yes, Devin was much bigger than he should have been at 135. But so was Ryan. He's bigger than Devin, you fucking idiots. They both did the same thing. And
Yeah,
that's
but
why both of
Devin
y'all,
weight. At least he
both of
makes the weight.
it's not the point. It's that this doesn't help your career. You think you're helping it by getting these extra fights. Like Devin, it would have been okay for Devin, and I know this is going to sound weird, but you were supposed to move up a long time ago.
Yeah,
A long time ago, you were
yeah.
supposed to move up.
All of them.
And
The
and look at it's like what we see with David Benavidez. David Benavidez spent ages at 168. Now we just saw you at 175. You weren't stronger.
No, it
You
wasn't.
weren't
You look
better.
like shit. That's what you
You look
look
like shit,
It's
right?
like-
Now, if you would have moved up a couple of years ago when you were supposed to, the transition from Virtuoso's bathroom and the water that he's running,
he would have
'cause he
acclimated.
That's
would
the
have
AC.
acclimated.
Yeah.
Bro, that's the wet.
Yo, real
That's the wet
quick.
ball.
Yeah. I mean, you just can't do that. Like when you try to weight cut, man, you're just basically working against your body's, ability to grow.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Honestly, like it doesn't just like they think that what's going on with Devin is unique to Devin. No, there are a lot of
Oh.
fighters that are doing this. It's a lot of them are American, to be honest with you. What do you think Brandon Figueroa is doing? A guy that size weighing 126, bro. You weigh 126 pounds. Bro, come on, though. You know you belong at 140
Damn,
or
Domo
something.
hit that
That's
hoe,
like
bro. Read that
Like,
shit.
Theo.
Espinosa. But what about
Speaking of-
Espinosa? He's
Yeah.
massive.
No, a lot, bro. Ray Vargas, Espinoza, Brandon Figueroa, Sebastian Fundora, David
Fundora.
Benavidez. It's a
Theo.
long list, bro.
Even Theo. Theo was supposed to go to 140 before the Loma fight. He even
Yeah.
said
He was huge. He was huge.
Even
Well,
Floyd.
Yeah.
35.
Look at the new buck.
Whoa, what's that, Mike?
He's already too
Yo.
big for that weight.
Ray Ford weighs 162.
Wow.
holy shit.
Wow.
Jesus.
No,
And this is
someone tried to tell me that all your favorite fighters are weight bullying. No, they're not. Inoue, Crawford, and Usyk and Canelo, they're not weight bullying, bro.
they ain't weight bullying shit. And that seems to be. I think that's. I'm not gonna say it's uniquely American, but a lot of the fighters I see doing it, they're American.
I thought Bud does walk around higher than he does, than he weighs. I thought he was like,
Bro, wait a minute. Who the fuck is that?
yeah.
What
who
the
is he?
hell is
Look,
that?
no, I gotta lay down the law. If you're in the middle of a fucking traffic jam or a hurricane, you do not need to be on the live, bro. I don't need the background sound effects, okay? What the fuck?
Yeah, I hate that.
Motherfucker sound like he's in the inside of a toilet
That wasn't
swimming.
me, God. That wasn't me, God. Nah,
On a
that wasn't me.
flush.
You know
But
what I'm saying?
I thought Bud was over. Like he walked heavier than he is.
Yeah,
he
they all
does, but it's not as I would say it's not as egregious. Like I think Bud's walk around weight is 160,
165.
low 160s, which that's not terrible for a welterweight,
Yeah.
let alone a junior middleweight. It's kind of like Gennady Golovkin. Gennady hovered around, let's say 168, 169 to make 160. But you got guys, if you're cutting 20, 25, like
Yeah,
dog,
that's
what,
different,
What,
yeah.
what are you doing, dog? Like, what are you doing?
Like Ortiz, what is even Virgil walk around in?
Oh yeah,
Because
Virgil.
Virgil needs to, he needed to move up way years ago.
And
I mean,
Boots is massive.
I can hear the West Side Highway.
Boots is massive. He's walking around weight he's a big
You can.
welterweight. Boots.
yes.
And that's the American boxing scene in a nutshell. That a lot of these supposed weight
They all do
bullies,
it. They
a
all
lot
do
of them are American, dog. Like,
it.
yeah.
All do it.
Uh-oh. We got a bet dispute going on between Mirage and Luis Mosqueda, man.
Yeah, this
Shout out
fucking
to-
bitch Mirage wants to talk about how Canelo was a weight bully at 154. What the fuck does that make David now?
Shout out to Domo. Ryan out here built like David right now. Yeah, y'all got to stop reading shit Mirage says because that's dumb. You know that Canelo started out at 147? No, he's not a fucking. He was a. Understand that he was still a midget at 154. He's never been big for any weight that he's ever campaigned like
He
ever,
was
dog.
for 147. He was. He was.
If
That's
you want to
fucking
talk,
crazy of a
if you
thought,
want to
though.
talk, no, because when he was at 147, he was a kid.
He's
He wasn't big.
He was a
He did.
teenager.
Yeah, but he didn't stay at 147 for very long. Not
Doesn't
like
matter. That's where he
No,
started.
but that's saying that, for example, you know who was big for 154? Demetrius Andre.
Andrade.
Bro, you are 6 feet tall. Why do you only weigh 154 pounds? Charlo brothers, y'all are 6 feet tall, dog.
Mm-hmm.
I
You
could run down.
jump from 154 to 168.
Yeah, Virtuoso, you're gonna have to do something about that mic or mute your joint, bro. I don't want to be hearing all that. I don't want to hear the septic system the whole night, bro.
It's
That's
like
fucked.
Aquanauts holiday.
Will said the Nail and Benavidez weighing the same and had a small difference in height. Benavidez had no power, was his muscles are underdeveloped. The muscle mass and bone density difference was clear as day, which is what I said, that you could see that pause. Vosdick was a thicker, bulkier guy and a girthier and veinier guy than David.
I thought you said Paul.
They've been boiling down too much, so it eats out the muscle.
Yeah, like he looked like a skinny fat dude. That you're the same height as Vosdick, but you're built like a bag of water. Like you look like a bag of water.
He's built like Fury. He's got bad builds.
Yeah, like a walking galoop.
He's gangly. Like that's the difference I noticed, that Benavidez is gangly, you know? He's like stretched like
dad body.
Garnett.
Gods, yeah.
And the guy's in his mid-20s, bro.
Horrible.
It's built like Grimace from McDonald's. Remember him, the
That
purple
Mount
guy?
Rushmore
Oh,
build.
it's fucked up.
Skinny fat, bro. The dude is skinny fat. Like he's a skinny fat dude.
Horrible fucking.
That should be his alias.
Skinny fat, right?
Introducing David Skinny Fat Benavidez.
Well, he said he's going back. They said they're going back to 68. So back to your regularly scheduled programming, yo.
Is he going to Golden Boy now, you think?
Nah, I mean,
Well, that's
I
the only
don't.
way they can keep the moniker of the monster.
I mean, I don't. Specifically, where you guys said that you think Lopez is going to sit out the rest of the year, I actually think David might sit out the rest of the year if he can't get Canelo, because he did that before. The year that he fought David Lemieux, that was the only fight that he had that whole year. He's done that before.
Was that 2022 or
2020? I think that was 2021 or 2022, one of them.
Yeah.
But he's done that before. And it's like, well, he ain't going to kill himself to make 168 for just anybody. So unless it's like he's not fighting no light heavyweights, that's out. He ain't doing that. Unless it's Canelo, I don't think he's going to want to get down to 168. So if he doesn't get that fight, I wouldn't be surprised if he sits out the rest of the year.
Well, it would be in keeping with what he does, because he fought twice last year, which means he followed the pattern. He only fights once this year. That's what he does.
It might be
twice
that
one
might be
year.
what he does.
Year,
you know,
year after.
And then maybe the next time we see him, he'll go to Golden Boy. Maybe, because it's like, if you're going back to 168, who is the PBC going to find you to fight besides Canelo? Who would you fight? You know,
you ain't fighting Morrell. I know that.
No, Morrell's going to Morrell's at 75, bro. He's fighting Hot Rod. So
I know.
And not an interesting career. It's not going to get better. Damn, dog, how shit changes, bro.
Yeah.
I just realized Matias.
Bro, you still haven't fucking updated that.
I haven't. I gotta change that joint, bro.
Me and Michael were just talking shit about that on the last one.
I gotta
Yo,
change
this shit is sad.
Matias, don't
It's sad, bro.
Hey, I got a question for you guys. Who do you think Matias is fighting next?
The winner of
rematch.
The winner of Catterall versus Prograis.
That would be great. Either one, that's a great fight.
That's what I think is going to end up happening, because they're not going to give Lopez to the winner of that fight. Top rank is not. Top rank is not.
Hey, Jules, I don't mean to interrupt you, but okay, Mirage and Luis are trying to settle a bet. Mirage is telling Luis to send the money to you.
Oh.
I don't know if you're okay with that.
Country, if you do not stop notifying me about shit you read in the chat.
About what's going on.
Okay, hey, you know.
Well, as a moderator, Country feels the need.
You know what I'm saying? Fuck, I lost my train of thought, man.
Well, you're gonna
But
be sitting there like, whose fucking money is this? That's why I was saying something. But
no,
I
I'm
want
gonna
to know.
fucking see the
No,
money, take the money, keep the money because I don't know who sent it to me.
You should
Now
put
that's
you should
fucked
put
right.
up,
Mirage
man.
on.
You said who's
You
Matthias?
should put
Now you
Mirage on the
fuck
panel.
you fucked it up because you told me who's sending it. I would have just kept it and didn't say nothing.
Uh,
Look at
That's what I would
Jules,
have
man.
did, bro. I wasn't going. I'd have just like, oh, where y'all want to send me
You're just-
300?
How many fight deal has Matthias got now with Eddie? Because he's just signed there. How many fights has he signed there for?
Who, Matthias?
Probably
They
3.
said it was like a 4, yeah, like a 3 left because they said it was like a 4-fight deal. He already had 1 fight,
Yeah.
so. But they could still use him, man. They can still
Yeah.
like he's still a fun fighter to watch.
Oh, yeah.
well, Matthias program will be a firefighter program wins.
Yeah, I like that. I
Fun.
still like that fight. So,
Yeah.
we get some shit. We'll get some shit. We seen Daniel Dubois sit down with Anthony early. I got Anthony knocking that kid's head off, man.
Oh
I
man,
I ain't gotta say a whole lot. Like, yeah, I think
Bro, you
Anthony's
don't think the
gonna beat
milk
shit.
dud can do it?
I mean, like, he's explosive. He's explosive. Like, you can't say that Daniel's not a threat or that he's not credible. I think he's proven himself to be both by now. He's a credible threat. But
Mhm.
it's just
But the
you
style, you don't need
Don Charles is gonna tell you to do what he tells everybody to do. Jump on him. And you gonna jump face first into a right hand. That's what's gonna happen, bro.
He is bad.
Daniel Dubois.
He doesn't move
Daniel
his.
Dubois looks like a thumb.
He doesn't move his head. So that's it. Just he takes right hands like nothing, and that's Joshua.
Yeah, he does. He has no
Going
defense.
out.
If he
He's
gets
going
hit like Ngannou did, he's going bye-bye to another dimension.
No. Thank you for bringing it up, Country, because that's exactly what this fight's going to look like. It's going to look just like the Nagano fight.
I believe
Yeah,
so.
he's getting folded.
He couldn't move out of the way from Horgovic's slow right hands. I don't know.
Thank you, because that's what I was. That you can't get hit by that many right hands and then go fight this guy. Like that's writing's on the wall, but
mean,
it'll be a good fight
do
while
you
it
ex-
lasts.
do you expect like Don Charles to turn him into Don Kawi? I don't know. I mean, I think that right eye is gonna get fucking like busted, like
Me
caved
too.
in.
Orbital. Fuck.
Yeah, like I don't have any illusions about. What do you guys think about that undercard though? While I go take this piss.
I think it's good because I'm from the UK. Maybe for Americans it might not be that appealing. But
Who is on the undercard? I haven't seen it.
Hamza Shiraz versus Tyler Denny.
Okay, not that great of a fight.
Hutchinson versus Boazzi.
That could be fun.
That's a decent fight as well. Hutchinson and
I-
Boazzi. Who else is on there? Fuck. That's that. Who else? Can't you guys remember? Who else was on there? It's
Yeah,
stuff, though.
let me ask Google. What does Google have to say?
Yeah, it is a good card.
I don't know, those first two at least, that kind of just sounds like guys who have kind of like gotten upset victories, getting a chance at a guy who's gonna actually do their job and win.
Well, Hamza Shiraz didn't have an upset victory. He beat
No, not Hamza Shiraz. I'm talking about Denny. Unless I'm thinking about somebody else.
Yeah,
Denny's the person that had upset Cash, right?
Felix Cash. Yeah, he deserves
Yeah.
it. Been beating people like 5. He's got like 6 wins on the trot against undefeated fighters as well.
Oh, Anthony. How do you say his name?
Kakashi.
Kakashi.
Versus Josh Warrington for the super featherweight.
Oh wow, that's an undeserved title shot I was hearing about, huh?
Yeah, Josh Warrington.
That's bad.
2 back-to-back
I'm not gonna lie. Not
get a
stable
title
now.
fight. Crazy. Yeah. Who else is there?
Jesus.
Boazzi Hutchinson, like you said. Liam Smith versus Josh Kelly. Josh Kelly's the fighter that just won't go away.
Yeah.
And Mark Chamberlain versus Josh Padley.
Oh, that
I'm
one.
not.
Who cares? I don't even know who Josh Padley is.
I don't. Yeah, I was gonna say.
Okay,
I'm not
so I
public
was
with
willing
either
to
one
give
of
this a chance and say, maybe it's because I'm not from the UK, but that card sounds kind of ass. I'm gonna be real.
Not
The
too
Denny and Shiraz one, I guess, is cool, and the other one, Hutchinson and Boazzi, but those other ones, yikes.
Not too.
The Josh Warrington fight could be fun. Like he's not in a lot of boring fights.
Yeah, that's a good fight.
But he's worn out. He's like, he's just a worn out fighter at this point.
Yeah.
And really, he should not be getting this title shot.
Yeah,
He really shouldn't be getting this title shot at all.
yeah, that's true.
I mean, you could be saying that about the last title shot he got.
What was the last title shot he got again?
With
Kiko
Leon,
Martinez, right?
Yeah, with
no,
Kiko.
oh yeah, yeah, and then
No, it was Lee Wood. Oh my
Wood,
God, no, that was even worse. I take it back.
he got stopped.
No, yeah, Lee Wood. Shit.
Holy, oh my, yeah, no, that is horrible. Actually, this dude has been getting title shot after title shot and just losing.
Lee Wood should be on the cards, to be honest, instead of fucking Josh Warren.
What is Lee Wood doing? Actually, I
No.
haven't heard that name in a while.
He moved up. He moved up to what was he at? Was he at Feather?
He's at 30 now, but like I haven't heard of a fight about him or a potential anything that he's doing. Is he just like
you know
waiting
what?
for?
I think I actually shouted out Lee Wood on Instagram and he liked it.
Yeah, he's
Cool.
good. Yeah, it's not too bad.
Yeah, Lee Wood's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's not a bad undercard. It's not bad. It's not bad.
It's got some fights that are interesting, but like I see Josh Kelly and he's like he was audience repellent to me.
Me too. I'd join you with that. And that's at 160, by the way, instead of 54.
I'm still waiting for
He
to
moved
notice
up
me
from
in my
54.
tattoos.
Why?
Because Liam Smith is 160 now, so he's just joining him at 160 to fight.
Oh, could they not find him a 154 like opponent to just like handle at that time?
I don't know, because he's a big 54. He was big at 47. He's big at 54. Josh Kelly, he's a big guy, so why not? Who cares? We don't care.
I know middleweight shit, but it's not that shit though. Like I don't think Josh Kelly should be up at middleweight.
Who cares?
Good point.
Yeah, who cares? Him and Liam Smith, who cares about them? Liam Smith looks like he's weighing every bit of 220 pounds. Did you see the press conference?
I did not. I even know he was still fighting after that Chris Eubank thing.
He's got a double chin and everything. He's massive. Out of shape. God. Massive.
I'm sorry, you said
this is a pay-per-view card?
and I'm
no.
Yeah.
Is it?
It isn't?
Oh yeah.
I thought it was.
Yeah,
because they think Joshua.
Yeah, it's going to be pay-per-view. Yeah.
But man, you said Chris Eubank Jr. I immediately started shivering. Like, ugh.
God. Yeah. Forget him.
His father, he is not.
No. Forget about him. We've disowned him.
Wish his father would disown him.
His father has.
Actually, I heard Inoue was supposed to be on the card. Is that just not happening?
No, because he's fighting.
They wanted him to fight MJ on the card, and they said fuck that noise because Inoue headlines his own shows, and it's kind of short notice for an MJ fight. So they're gonna do TJ Doheny instead because he's a top 10 contender. He's not a mandatory, but he's fought a bunch in Japan. He built up a bit of a name there. So
why not fight MJ? He was willing to be on the undercard in the UK. Didn't want to fight MJ.
Well, I think the main thing is like I don't think it's fear so much as convenience. See, they already started because TJ is already over there fighting in those shows. It was easy to make a fight with him, and they did it quickly. Now they don't want to go back and tack on that. Bob doesn't want to work with Matchroom on that fight for whatever reason. He just doesn't want to work on him. But I don't have any illusions about what would happen either. Like, make no mistake,
Inoue would win.
he would knock it. He would knock him out.
Has Matchroom and ESPN ever worked together?
I'm not saying
ESPN Top Rank.
I'm not saying that he wouldn't make a load of money in Japan in a way, but on a Saudi card, he would have made a lot of money just to knock MJ out.
Mm-hmm. And I think he would have, like, MJ will put up a way better fight, obviously, than TJ and whatchamacallit. But the main thing is convenience. I think it's convenience. I think they made that TJ Doheny fight right after the Neary fight because the guy's there. He fights under that promotion. He's been fighting there.
And go on a Joshua undercard as being a co-main.
Maybe he didn't want that, you know. Maybe he figures I don't got to do that. I'm gonna draw in my own. You know, like it could be a lot of things.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Who is that, man?
Motherfuckers
card. Always choose to do the most on my live.
I'm just saying he would have just got paid even more money just as to be the experience. Come to the UK, fight on as a co-main on a Joshua card. It was
Shit, I wanted that. I want that. Like, that's the fight that I wanted to see Nui in.
Yeah.
It's
Doesn't
just that I don't.
take away from him being a co-main.
I just can't turn on him that quickly over one fight.
No, I'm
This
not.
dude, no, not you, but in general, that I'm like, look, if he doesn't fight MJ, I guess that's messed up, right? But they talking about going to featherweight, which I view as far more dangerous.
Yeah, he
That's
should.
far more dangerous. I don't even think he should
He
go up there.
shouldn't
Like,
do it. Nah, I
you
don't.
should just stay where you at.
And
Fight
dominate 122.
exactly.
But here's the thing, Chin, with you saying like you could come over here and make more money. I'm like, okay, he could come over here and make up the numbers, make 20 million over here as a co-main, or he could headline his own show, get all the sponsorships, all the deals, make 10 million, and sleep in his own bed.
Yeah,
I know, but I'm just saying, just for experience, just for the whole, like, you understand, just for the whole experience being on a UK big stadium, Wembley Stadium. I'm not saying he's not big; he's massive. But
put it like this, champ. Put it like this. You might have a neighbor. She's not that great looking, but she'll suck your dick. Versus going to the club, and then you gotta find a joint. You gotta do all the stuff. No, I'm just saying because it's about proximity. It's about convenience. That TJ Doheny is not the best scalp for you to get right. It's not like, bro. It's not a great fight.
But to fly to the UK, be treated like a king, make even more money, and be a part of an experience that is probably not always a regular thing that can happen. Be also with
That experience that you keep talking about, it's not worth it.
and make even more money. Why is it not worth it?
It's not that I don't think it's worth. It's not that I don't think it's not worth it. For me personally, it's not that I don't think it's worth it. It's that he doesn't need it and he's not asking for it. That's it's like I said. It's like if you got a neighbor, she's not great looking, but she suck your dick, you'll nut. Versus, then I gotta get dressed, I gotta go, I gotta do all the shit, I gotta get a haircut.
It's that in-house pussy. It's easier to get.
It's like, and all of that I just said is to go to the joint to get somebody to help you bust a nut. Well, I go right there and get bust a goddamn.
Maybe I'm thinking of it through, like, maybe as an artist lens. Like for instance, I could go to New York and do a gig for say about $10,000, but I could also go to Australia and do that for $5,000 because I've never been to Australia. It's a different experience. Maybe I'll just go do that.
Okay, but
No.
okay, wait. Look, Julius, I think your next door gear theory is solid. I really think, but don't you think? Don't you think this has something to do with the Luis Neri fight? Because
No.
I would bet that Bob Arum peed himself a little bit when that knockdown in the first round came.
I read that. Yeah.
Yeah, but I think that you're overstating. Wait a minute. You're overstating the role of Bob Arum, though. Bob doesn't see. Here's the thing. Bob is not in charge of Inoue like maybe he's in charge of Luis Lopez. He doesn't have the final word. Ohashi has the final word, and the people over there. Remember,
Don't you think Ohashi was ready with the knife?
But maybe
No, Leo, because they get turned on by that
live.
shit over in Japan. They love getting knocked down. You heard Inoue after that fight. He's like, "Oh God, I got knocked down. That was the most fun I've had in boxing in years."
Shit, the next thing you know, they're gonna have an exploding
saying
bomb.
that because he got up.
correct answer to say. Doesn't mean it doesn't mean that he wasn't still rattled and ruffled and his team rattled and ruffled.
I get that okay, they want to tread carefully. That would look. Is it possible? Yes. But when all I see is, y'all probably made that TJ Doheny fight right after the Neri fight. Why? Because he's there. He's already working with you. And now you don't want to start a new set of negotiations for a new guy to fight. It's like, well, what am I doing all this for? Who doing all that?
I think we can all agree who's the one.
Can I say something?
Go
ahead, man.
I was just gonna
No,
say.
I'm just saying, like, ain't nobody care about no TJ those Hennies or whatever. Like, look, man, I know Top Rank works with the Walt Disney Company, but can they stop matching Inoue with these fucking Make-A-Wish white guys. Fucking this guy, fucking one of the Maloney brothers, TJ Doheny. Who else am I missing? Paul Butler. Like, come on, man. They're all sickly and shit. Come on, man.
Bro,
Paul
Paul
Butler was a champion.
he was a champion. He literally had to fight him for undisputed. He had to.
Yeah.
And Maloney was a mandatory. Like,
Yeah. So you
And
got to
they
get
should
out
have
that
given it to
no
Casemiro, 'cause it was
virtuoso.
some
You got to
bullshit,
get out
weight
that
cut
project
off.
staircase, bro. You in that project staircase, breathing that air.
Yeah.
It's fucking with your mind, bro.
MJ
Not
a man.
It's not. It's
Hey,
not. I'm just
also-
fucking speaking my
Is
mind.
MJ a mandatory as well? Would it?
He's supposed.
Yeah.
Yeah, he is. He's the WBA mandatory.
But
I
then
just. Yeah, but my thing is this: that
fought Paul Butler.
honestly, I'm not flipping out over the MJ fight because this guy's never given me nothing to complain about. Now, if all of a sudden he don't fight MJ, I guess that's bad. But you talking about going to featherweight, which I think is worse.
But you didn't fight Chalk. You skipped
Did-
Chalk
look,
out as well. There's
No,
people.
That's like the
not
Haney
true.
fans
That's
saying that Loma ducked Haney, but Loma went to go fight Tio, which was a more dangerous fight.
Man, that's not true. He tried to get Chocolatito, but Chocolatito didn't like the money, and he was more interested in fighting Quadras. Look it up. They made a play to fight Chocolatito, and he said, "I get more money fighting Quadras." He knew he wasn't popping like that at the time, so that's where they left it.
Also,
Yeah,
we
he
all know
tried to
who's,
fight him.
also we all know whose fault this really is. Sam Goodman's fault, because he was supposed to be next. And he was going to get the IBF and the WBO mandatory out of the way. He was like, "Oh, fight me or drop the belts. Fight me or drop the belts." Okay, I'll fight you. No, I need to tune up
I'm just
first.
not gonna build up MJ. I'm not about to build up MJ as a would-be boogeyman because you're not interesting to them. Because that's all I see. That it's not interesting to them. They have a plan to get Inouye out there 3 times this calendar year, and they're not gonna alter it for you. That's what I see. Now, are you?
Hey,
Now, are you a better fighter than Sam Goodman? Absolutely. Are you a better fighter than TJ? Absolutely. But I don't think you would have did anything. I still think you get knocked out, bro. That's what happens. You get knocked out.
Yeah.
Why not knock him out for more money? Then you do it with
I don't know. But that's the other thing. I don't know if it's more. If you're
Yeah,
talking about
that's
any,
cool. These
You
are
know
just
it.
listen
talking
to me.
points at
Listen
this
to me.
point.
Listen to me, Chan. Listen to me, Chan. Just because the Saudis are offering you the purse, all he gets is not the purse. He gets
gets the-
sponsorships.
Yeah.
It's his event. The whole thing is his event. So it's not just, yeah, here's your fight person. This is all you get. I read an article that said he gets more from endorsements and sponsorships than he does from his fight purse.
So don't you think if he was gonna fight on the Riyadh season thing, that they could probably total all that up what he could potentially earn and give him that all in one plus more to fight in
Maybe. I mean, maybe, but once it goes back to the blowjob parallel, yes, you can get dressed and take a shower and go get a nice haircut and a taper and put on a nice outfit. But what's the end? What's the end game? Getting a blowjob. Well, okay. Well, I don't need to do all that goddamn blow. If it's just about a goddamn blowjob, you know. So
bonus points. You know where her mouth's been. You don't know where the girl in the club's mouth's been.
yeah, it's more like it's if you're already buzzing and you're already a star. I get your point. But we are talking about someone who is well traveled. That's the other thing. This man has traveled abroad and fought more times than your average American fighter. 4. 3 times in America, once in the UK. Now that he's a star and he knows that, well, my shows in my country are huge. You know, I don't need extra. Like, I can do my own thing. And I'm like that yeah, I'm not gonna do shit to do shit. If I could do my own thing, I'm gonna do my own thing, dog. Like, you know? And I think that's how they look at it, that we have a plan. We have a 3-fight plan for our fighter, and we don't want to deviate, is what I see.
Who was Anthony Joshua on the undercard of?
I forgot he did fight on an undercard. I think he did fight on an undercard.
Innit? Whose undercard was he just on?
No, he wasn't on the undercard. He was the main event.
And at this point, it's like, what's the point of taking a back seat to Joshua? Like, you're a huge star in your own country.
Remember the debate was that Anthony would be on an undercard.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, with the Wilder.
But it turned out that no, he was the main event, the Valine fight.
Right. No,
You know,
yeah.
so
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
so when you like I get that the MJ fight is a much better fight. I do get that. But I'm not gonna put MJ in a place where I'm saying, yeah, yo, he knew he ducking, bro. I think he knew
fight him anyway.
I think he knew he'd knock his ass out. That's what I think will happen.
I knew he still will fight him anyway. Doesn't mean he's not ever gonna fight him, right?
Yeah, maybe he will. Like I think they're gonna tread carefully, because if we're entering into a scenario where we're saying that Ohashi or Bob Arum, they saw the knockdown and they got scared, well, then I don't think they're going to be in a hurry to go to 126, ladies and germs. They might stay there. They might. Like, what we going to fuck up a good thing for? Y'all dudes up there don't be getting money like that. Y'all not buzzing out here like that. What we going up there for? We might sit here.
There's no, what's the rush? It's just, there's no rush.
Yeah, to me, there shouldn't be. And Country is typing an essay right now. He thinks I can't hear him.
I'm not typing.
It's typewriter.
He's on his typewriter. I can hear the keys, bro.
He's constructing his tweets being like, Inoue isn't afraid if somebody went life or death with Danny Roman.
Yeah, like, that's the other thing. Irrespective of the topology, look, I think MJ is a good fighter. But I also noticed that we as boxing fans, we tend to blow hot and cold suddenly when it's like, relax, dog. It's just MJ. Relax. You know,
but we're just a bit pissed off. Like, we're getting Claggets. We're getting, you know what I'm saying? Our fighters are not fighting all the time the best fighters when they should be.
Yeah, but with Inoue, you gotta cut him slack, because he went from Fulton to Tapales straight to Neary. These are not tune-up fights, you know, like, nah, these unified champions. So it's like you gotta give him grace. That, like, dog, has he ever given you something to complain about?
Yeah, that's true.
Ever?
That's true.
Hey, whatever happened to Casemiro after he fought, with the Rigo disaster?
He lost to some fucking guy, man. He got his ass beat by some fucking guy a couple of months ago. I remember.
Didn't Casemiro just fight? No, that was Mark Mixayo. No, I was thinking of Mark.
Yeah, Mark Mixayo fought, but Casemiro a couple of months ago, I remember hearing. I didn't see it. That he fought a guy, he looked like shit. That's where he's at, dog. Like, that's where he's.
Yeah, he kind of faded out of existence, man. I was like,
trash. Him and Mark Mixayo, trash.
Well, he's also got a cocaine problem, bro. I ain't even joking. Like, that dude Jaw be ganking. You could see what he does on his downtime, bro.
That's sad.
Who just popped? What Mexican fighter just popped the other day?
Martinez.
Julio Cesar Martinez, the one who beat up Sonny Edwards.
Bro, he's innocent.
The one that beat Sonny Edwards' brother.
His brother. Yeah. That's the one that popped. But
what did he pop for? Cocaine. It was.
No. He popped for a bunch of masking agents. That's several. More than one.
Bro,
how many?
He's innocent, bro. He got set up.
Cocaine metabolites. I thought it was cocaine metabolites.
He didn't test positive for. He didn't test positive for cocaine. It was what they said was masking agents, S5 diuretics, and masking agents. So.
Hey, Jules, look at that super chat.
Shout out to Luis Mosqueda. What's that cute little Haitian? Where's that cute little Haitian boy? Yo, y'all motherfuckers is fucking well out here, bro. Y'all motherfuckers is weird, man.
Oh, damn.
He's in the project. No, he's in the staircase with fucking Virtuoso. They rolling up. You know what I'm saying? Well, shit, man. What else is going on? AJ and Daniel Dubois, man. That's gonna be lit, man. It's gonna be lit.
Tickets go on sale tomorrow.
Yeah, that's gonna be lit. I like Shiraz. I like Shiraz versus Denny. I would have preferred Shiraz versus Eubank, though.
I wouldn't have.
I want to see Eubank get knocked out. I want to see that.
Do you think Inoue will ever fight Akhmadaliev ever, or do you think that's just
Maybe. I mean, like my thing is that it's a good fight. It's not that it's a good fight, not a great fight. Like, I don't toss and turn at night. It's not that deep. it's not that deep to me. Like, yeah, it's a good fight, but relax. You know.
No, I think Steve Kim said it best. He's like, MJ missed his window for that fight when he lost it to Paulus.
Yeah, shit. If you want to be real, like, hey, if you really wanted Inoue, you shouldn't have lost that fight. Because you know what he would have did. He would have came to see you. Right now, I'm sorry if you not that important. I'm sorry.
Kind of like Devin Haney versus Sandor Martini. Not that important, Devin Haney. Like, we don't really care.
Like they're trying to turn that into. I've already seen it. Like, look, I'm not trying to play Devin the Violin. I'm really not. But if they fought, I think Devin wins, dog. Yes, I think Devin wins, dog. But you have people that because it didn't have. Oh, Devin Duck is. Oh, come on, dog. Come on. Y'all just saying anything now.
Yeah, because they don't like it. They don't like him.
Yeah, they just they don't like, and you can't. And I don't want to have an argument where I have to argue like, oh yeah, I'm just you. Like, look, dog, you just don't like him, and you're just rationalizing reasons to keep attacking him. That's all you're doing, all right? Honestly, and
yeah,
that's
I really
not.
don't like that motherfucker.
That's not what I'm doing, dog. So if you want to go on your period about it and PMS about it, okay, well, I don't want to have that conversation.
Hey,
Yeah,
did you see that somebody hit Bill Haney with a fucking bottle at the Loma fight?
No.
They did?
Yeah, because Haney was Bill was talking about it in an interview after that fight. He's like, "Oh, and whoever hit me with that Bud Light can, bless you."
Yeah, but the other shit is, yeah, I don't like. See, this is just me. I don't like stupid shit. Do I dislike Bill Haney? Nah, not really. He's just promoting his son. What the fuck do people expect him to do? It's not that it's not, oh yeah, let me go defend the Haneys. It's more like, bro, let me be honest with you.
Logic.
Because let me be honest with you. All right? You don't like him because of this. I don't have time to play games with you. What you don't like about them is this and this. I don't have time to play games with you. You pretend that it's something else. I see you for what you are. You don't like him because of this and this. I don't have time for that.
That's a fact. Just say it.
I'm not gonna beat around because that's all I see. That I'm not gonna beat around the bush. I keep telling people I'm not on your team. I'm on my team.
You're on your team, yeah. Just call it.
Not on your team. I'm on my team. Now, if you want to hate him, I can't stop you. Go ahead. But I'm not gonna join you.
If I want to hate, I'll hate on my own accord then. For my own.
When I say I hate Ryan, I tell you why. You're a queef and you're a weirdo and a Jono Sapo. Yeah. I don't beat around the bush when I don't like Fury. You're a drug addict, a shyster. I don't got no shortage of fantastic and beautiful things to say. You know, when I don't like somebody, I don't hide it.
Yeah.
So don't hide it. Don't try to hide it from me so that we can have a discussion and a debate about it.
You're straight up and you tell it like it is, and that's just your personality, man.
Look, and if you are of similar complexion to Devin Haney, you're probably a Gervonta Davis fan, and you are not worth talking to, really.
Yeah, that's the other thing that I don't like. This whole thing, what I don't like about Devin is you're acting like you've arrived already, and you clearly haven't. I'm sorry that you don't have more fans, but hey, motherfucker, like, you think is somebody just gonna throw $5 million at you? Sorry. No.
Yeah, no, I'm with you on that. The reason why I don't like Haney is his entitlement. It's like, bro, you're acting like you're a star when you're clearly not.
And I'm sick of these young fighters like Devin, like Teofimo, like Shakur. Yo, y'all is bugging. Like, you don't even know that y'all bugging. Like, y'all don't got it like that.
That was proven. Like that was proven the moment Eddie Hearn said, "I'm not going to invest in that fight because I don't want to lose money." That was pretty much proven at that point, you know.
And you're like the things that I don't like about Devin, and it's not a lot of things, but it's just you're bugging. Okay, you're bugging.
In your fight, you got Devin Haney Promotions. Why didn't you bid on yourself?
Exactly.
Because they would have lost money.
The age of having to overpay fighters for exclusive contracts is over.
Yeah.
And and Jason, and I think it needs to be. Honestly, like, this whole thing that, you supposed to get $3 million. Like, bro, you shouldn't. Let me tell your ass something. You shouldn't be getting $3 million for the fight. You shouldn't. Honestly, you shouldn't get $3 million for Linares. You shouldn't get $3 million for JoJo. You shouldn't. You really shouldn't. And that needs to stop. Like, y'all paying these dudes all this money
Yeah.
And then when it's time to make a better fight with a better fighter, well, it's going to be hard because this person has been getting $3 million for this.
Yep.
And then what? And why would I care though? Why do I care as a customer? Because those are the fights that you want me to pay pay-per-view for.
Right.
We shouldn't have to, bro.
Right, and then it ruins future fights, and we don't get to see any good fights because they got ruined because of that bullshit.
I supported the Pro Gray fight. I bought it, but let's be real. That undercard was ass cheeks.
Still is garbage, man.
I can't even remember it. Sorry, I don't even know what.
Only thing I remember is Ebony Bridges. Ebony Bridges got her ass beat. That's the only thing I like. Yo, this is the only thing I remember. That she got her ass beat by the Japanese girl.
Oh
That's
yeah.
it.
Yeah.
You shouldn't have. And the reason that fight ends up as a pay-per-view is because of the entitlement. Like, bro, dog, like this should be a regular fight, bro. Like, really though, it should be a regular fight. It's only a pay-per-view because you think you supposed to get more than 2 or more than 3. Well, no, bro, you don't got it like that. Sorry.
No, it's like I'll stop pocket watching. I'll stop pocket watching as soon as you stop making me pay for your shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fight for 1 point.
No facts, bro. Who said that?
Won the fight.
Jason did.
Bro, put that shit on a shirt.
$1 million for the Sandor Martin. Just that was good enough. Just take that fucking money.
Yeah, like to me, a Shakur Stevenson, and I'm not a hater, but it's reality. If this kid is getting between 2 and 3 or 3 now, just imagine how much harder it gets to make a fight with a Lopez or anybody. Just imagine. It's like, yo.
Yeah.
And then what are you gonna want to do? You're gonna want to charge us pay-per-view because he wants more than 3. No, like, it has to stop, dog. Like, nah.
I feel like that the market's getting reset though with that Martin fight going to first bid. Haney's gonna start getting what he's worth.
No, and the young gunners that are coming through, like, nah, you can't be guaranteeing them $3 million every time. You can't, bro. You guarantee them 1.5 or 2.
Yeah.
All right. And then if it's a bigger fight, then you give them the 3 because it's like
not even that. Give him like 1.
Fight by fight basis, it should be the like not just a guarantee for every fucking fight across the board. It should be $4 million. Like, it shouldn't be like that. Not every fight's worth that money.
Look at what Eddie and I know that this is why they did smart business, and I know that this is why Boots went with Matchroom, and it's already working out when you think about what Eddie put up. He put up $3.9 million. Just round it up. You put up $4 million for Crowley, which is now Avanesian.
Yeah,
but that's not any better, bro.
Yeah. It's a better fight, but it's still not worth it.
Shakur not gonna be making good money over there at Matchroom, bro. Like
the shit is that's a crazy number. And Eddie's a smart dude. I'm not knocking him, but it accents what we're always talking about. They're like, well, of course there's a bunch of pay-per-views. Look at what they're paying them on the regular, and then look at, when they step them up and they want to put them in there with somebody, well, it costs a lot more money. So what is that saying? That if you're giving him $3 million now, right? Let's say it's time to unify with Stanionis. That's a pay-per-view? Nah, come on, bro. Like, come on.
The British fight is not going to be pay-per-view, is it, though?
No, that's not. But I'm thinking, yo, you spent $4 million for a mandatory. So if it's a unification match, what y'all gonna put that on pay-per-view?
Yeah, that's wild.
That's crazy. Like, it has to stop, dog. Like, I'm not saying, yo, you got to skimp out on everybody and everything. It's competitive market, free enterprise, whatever. But it's like it does have an effect on us. The custom, it actually does. Because we paying for pay-per-views every other fucking month.
Yeah.
Gotta stop, man.
Yeah.
So look, man, I'm gonna call it a night. I got the bubble guts.
Oh no.
I am gonna be going live Saturday for Bam versus Gallo, and we might find time to talk about Steve Claggett and Lopez, bro. But I don't know, dog.
What's a Claggett?
I don't know, dog. No, I see y'all on the next.
Wait, Jules, you got one super chat you got to read before you go.
Let me see. Hold on. Let me see. Hold on. Let me go to the starred.
Luis Mosqueda.
Let me see. I got Ramla 2, but no chance Mercado wins. No, no. Let me say this. There is a legitimate chance that Yami wins the fight. I'm going with Ramla on points, and I'm rooting for Ramla. But yeah, there is a chance that Yami could win. Don't sleep on Yami. She's been around. I just got Ramla because I'm Somalian. Shout out to Ramla.
All right.
Aladdin says, don't forget the Top Rank card, man.